Welcome to Transformations with Tara. This is Tara Sutphen, and my guest and co-host is Jason D. McKean, and he is the voice of over 1 million Om recordings throughout the world, and he is the Om Tarot Wizard. And you're going to be in Bakersfield tomorrow, correct? Bakersfield, California tomorrow.
Yep.
And he is, you can have appointments, and he is very distinguished in Japan. You know, you have a lot of classes in Japan. And welcome, Jason. And we're a little bit of a little doggies here.
If not little doggies.
Yeah, they're big ones. They're really big.
Anyway, thank you for having me again today. And yeah, I'm going to be reading at a Mystic Fair. It's the 12th annual Mystic Fair at Enchanted Cottage in Bakersfield. That's tomorrow. It's all day. There's probably a couple like time slots still open, 15-minute intervals there. I read from like 10 a.m. to pretty much 10 p.m. at night. So it's like a solid 12 hours.
Wow.
And it's usually an endurance, it's a marathon of getting into that psychic flow and just, riding it throughout, but it's very energizing. People ask me if it like wipes you out, and it's like, because it sounds like it's a lot, and it is a lot, but it's you usually feel very just empowered by it all. It's like you're in the flow of your own work, your own calling, your own passion. And so that's how I see it.
Awesome. That is awesome. I know that you've just loved working up there for a long time. They've really created a wonderful community up there.
It really is. It's an amazing community, and they're very appreciative. When I come up, it's like they I mean, how many times does a wizard come up, right, to hang out? And also it's a lot of fun that we have. And like last weekend, I was a Jedi Knight. I was working an event that was benefiting the veterans, the VA. It's like the Cal Vets is a organization that was sponsoring the event, and had a really wonderful time there. And so if I'm the wizard or the Jedi Knight, it's like, I still give pretty much the same type of reading. I don't go out and just like reinvent that process. It's my motto is the three H's. The three H's being helpful, hopeful, and healing. And that's the essence of it.
So what card do you have today for Seasons of Attainment?
That's a good question, because I did you have your card deck handy?
I do.
Well, why don't you go first? Ladies first.
Hey, this is the card I just chose, was Two of Cups.
Beautiful.
Yeah, for attainment. That's nice. That is nice. Love and deep friendship. Yeah, this is the card of, that the choices are coming your way, and in twos. So, it looks like it's a wonderful time, of going out and having a good time, and also creating depth in your conversations and in your life.
Yeah, it's important to have that depth, to build a connection, and then find ways to deepen it. Most people, they will desire a relationship, and relationships, they don't stay static at all. It's like a really wonderful like first date and all. I mean, that has a certain energy to it. But if it's always kind of in that, superficial level, it has nowhere to go, right?
Right.
And to really deepen it and to, I think that's part of, attainment is like, it's like we step through the door to, connect with it and to meet up with it, but to really, um
Be
y- you know
fulfilled
s-
by
s-
it, content by
yeah, it's like you have to be willing to open up and to, to grow within it.
it. Right, right. Because it's not just about attaining it. You actually have to create the depth with it. And I was telling Jason that these are very deep aspects at this time in the 360 degrees of the zodiac. And
Mhm.
so this is all about attainment for the next couple of days. And that doesn't mean that you get to attain right the second. Oh my God, it's, the 10th of May and I get to attain. It's not that. If it's in your chart and where it's located in your chart, in your natal chart or your progression chart of where you are right now, if you have these aspects in the next few days, next week, say, or next 10 days, they're all about attaining. They're attaining a building that you have created something and you're building it. And it can destroy you or it can create you. And so, what are you going to do with it in your life? We don't want to go backwards. We want to go forwards. And so it's really important to go forward always with anything that we are producing or creating.
That always sounds so ominous. It's like either it's going to build you or it's going to destroy you. As far as,
Yeah, I meant destroy you as far as
what do you
like,
mean by that?
yeah, I know. It's just that, there's things that we need to break up sometimes and create chaos and change. And then there's other times when you didn't really need to break that, system or break the connection of somebody or something. It's all about, that you can work too hard in the wrong direction. You can spend too much money in the wrong way or in the wrong direction. I find this a lot with people. They are really good at something, but they want to do something completely different that's off of their talent, of their skill set. And then all of a sudden it's a step process. It's not like an overnight, like I'm going to be able to make, thousands of dollars doing this sort of work. Can be talented in something and not necessarily get to what you want. We see a lot of artists and singers and that sort of stuff, do that where they're so talented, but they don't market themselves well or something like that. Whereas, sometimes people are mediocre in things in their skill set, and yet they know how to market themselves. It's all in different stages of where we are and what we do well. And so, but, it can be physical attainment. It can be emotional attainment. It can be intellectual attainment. You're learning something or you're just enjoying a deep conversation or good conversation. But yeah, it's not about tearing anybody down at this time, or that's for sure. With these sort of aspects, it's all about building up, building.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like, when we are building, to like having that awareness um to be able to see, if we're laying a solid foundation, or if we're, looking to maybe tear up something that's old and kind of rebuild from there. um is sometimes that which we're tearing up, you talk about like this like, aspect of destruction and all. Sometimes, we can just build on what it is that we already have done, that we already know. And we don't have to kind of reinvent the wheel, so to speak. We have to just like start from scratch, you know, where we just like add on to what it is that we know.
Mhm.
Um, is Taurus is like, it seems like in the tarot there's an aspect of Venus, right? To
Right.
Taurus.
Venus is, yeah, Taurus is ruled by Venus. Yeah, so is Libra, but the thing is, you know, Taurus comes first. So they,
And go ahead. I'm sorry, I was interrupting.
no, it's okay. Go ahead and ask your question.
Well, like Taurus is, it's because it's an earth sign too, as far as that attainment part, where one is looking to you know, complete the desire, right? It's like
Right.
of
Through
want.
manifestation.
And to, again, you know, like relationships can be an important part of how it is that we um you know, bring about attaining something. Sometimes, you know, it's all on our own. It's our own sweat and hard work that has brought it about. Sometimes it's because we're in partnership
Mhm.
with others too, and to, you know, to recognize that, to um you know, to you know, feed it, right? So it's doesn't you know, become weak, and you know, we don't want to destroy that at all.
Right. Mm. Well, Taurus is a really great, I mean, you know, all of the zodiac is great. And you know, and they've added like things, and because you know, our space, um our telescopes are becoming more powerful and everything. But the bottom line with all of it is, you know, I do it by numbers. So it's the language of the universe is actually numbers. And so the number, it's a whole number thing, right? On astrology, Eastern and Western. But the thing is with Taurus is they are seeking to, you know, create a secure, beautiful, bountiful life. I mean, that's their thing.
Yeah, and so part of, you know, being in this season of attainment is probably not a coincidence, right? That the Taurus is right there, you know, as as winter ends and spring is in the process of you know, blooming and uh,
Yeah,
uh you know, starting to bring about the bounty. You know, things are really set into motion there.
right.
I picked the King of Cups. More cups. It's interesting that it's like cuppy. that's that's my technical tarot term. It's things are cuppy
Pick
right
up
now.
today. Right. Okay.
You know, it's like the heart center, you know, and you know, it's the heart center. It is an intelligence within us too. It's like it just operates in a different way. It's not so much that place of like just knowing all the facts and figures of stuff. It's just like, it's like more like, I want this. I'm that is what fulfills me. That there, you know, it's like a magnetic draw towards those things.
Mhm.
And this doesn't always have a lot of you know, rhyme or reason to it
Mhm.
until later, when we see that, oh yeah, absolutely, it was totally like um we understand it more, you know, like here. But you know, as it's happening, it's a very, I see it as a first cause, or like an initial like way of moving, you know, ourself towards something. um and again, attainment, right, is you know, having a connection to what it is that we're looking to bring in,
Mhm.
you know, so that it's you know, it feels like it's fulfilling something within ourselves, that we're not just feeling like kind of, you know, in the ethers about it. It's like we're you know, really looking for something that feels like the next thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
What,
Yeah.
what's your feeling on the King of Cups?
I love the King of Cups, especially as the attainment card, because it is all about the cup is being offered. And it can be really big attainment, like really getting your life in line for what you really want and what you desire. And a lot of times that is, oh gosh, that love is the greatest love. You're not going to take, mediocre ochre love. You're just not going to take mediocre, period. And your projects are going to be clear and concise. And it's not just going to be fulfilled through emotions or even that, you're doing something right. It actually, you gain some kind of footing in life where you're being paid for it or something's being traded for it. And then you have, the spiritual side of that card is so beautiful too. As far as just being, it's pouring yourself into some kind of feelings that you belong on the planet and you can attain that, it's that confidence building. So it's really great. It's a great card for Taurus. And for this time of season of attainment.
The those two cards in particular, I see layers of how it is that we either activate an identity of the healer within ourself, or we look to connect with others in a healing way, either how it is that we relate to someone else. It's has to do with like either healing the past, healing some rift perhaps that has occurred, but looking to build on the again this depth of connection with others, and know what your part is in that healing process, to catch yourself if your attitude is a certain way, and maybe the words that you want to like send out are perhaps sharp, they're less cuppy. There's that word again, cuppy, right? If they're
he's talking about the cups.
If they're
yeah.
if they're more swordsy, then like reassuring, or
right. The intellectual, you're intellectualizing maybe your feelings at that point, and the swordsy.
Yeah, and that can be a little bit kind of harder, right? A little harder truths and all that.
Well, you're trying to find the ultimate truth, really. The swords, all swords, people who are born under the sign of swords, that's Libra, Aquarius, and
Gemini.
Our Geminis. I love our Geminis. Anyway, yeah.
Are you saying that to butter up your mom, who's like listening right now?
Oh my God. Yeah, I have a Gemini mom.
I have a Gemini mom.
My son.
That is so weird.
Who sent me flowers today, so.
That's right, he did. Oh, happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Anyway, yeah, I went into second place of favoritism. Anyway.
It's not a competition.
Yeah.
Because if it was, you'd be in second place.
Anyway, so yeah, now yeah. Anyway, so yeah, no, so anyway, if you're in, those sort of swords are who want to, they come to really learn things and want to know the theories that are going on in the universe and the earth and the nation. I mean, really, the theories are, really, they love all that. And in anything, medicine, nature, beauty, anything, they love the theory of anything. And then water, is all about feelings. Being cuppy. You're all about the feelings of everything. And earth is the attainers. And they are right now Taurus, Gemini, I mean, not Gemini, I'm sorry, Taurus, Taurus, Capricorn, and
Virgo.
Virgo. Yeah, I'm on. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm an astrologer. And anyway, so I'm Eastern Western. But like I said, I do numbers. I don't really do the signs as much. Anyway, so then but they're attainers as far as they desire in Earth to, really love the Earth and love everything that the Earth has to offer them. They're usually in tune with that. And
So what are the wands? I mean, just to complete
wands are
all of that.
action, and they are they make progress on the planet. And so that's why you say, oh, Aries, you can't stop them. They're the unstoppables. And then you have your Leos, and then you have your, and they're that's creation. So they're creators. And then you have your Sagittarius that are the, the seers and the knowledge and the wise ones. So,
Yeah, there's no way you were going to forget that one.
Yeah. No, since you're a Leo and I'm Sag. But the thing is Taurus, the thing with, oh my goodness, he's a Capricorn. And so the thing is that, it's about really the Taurus coming into anybody's, anybody's chart, is that where does it sit in your chart? And a lot of people say to me, oh, I don't have the air in my chart. I don't have it. But you do, because it's all in the
That's me. I don't have any air in my chart.
It's all in the midpoints, and it's all in the archaic, number systems. I mean, so you actually have all of it. We have all of it going on. So
What if I don't want it though? What if I don't want air in my chart?
No, it's your strengths and weaknesses in your.
I don't want it. I don't want it. No, I want it.
You do. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know where yours, I can't even think right now where your air is, but I have tons of air.
It's I don't have any air in my chart though, as far as like in the main planets and all. It's all earth and water, and the only fire is the double Leo, sun and moon.
Yeah, but no. Everybody you have everything. You have everything. I mean, it's a for sure, because of all the all the formulas and everything. So you can't get away from it.
Yeah, well, I feel that, yeah, as a,
where is it in your chart? Where is it activated it within you? Because on the mathematical system, where's our activation?
right.
Because we were born at a certain time, a certain place, a certain, time in the universe. And so it gives you a basic map. There's the basic map. So if you have the birth time, then you can go for it as far as and it's, and it was even, on ancient people, as long as they people would put it on the when somebody was born, what time. Yeah. So, and funny enough, it wasn't on my birth certificate. My birth time is not on my birth certificate, but there's a picture. And on that picture of me as a newborn, there's a little, one of those tags. It's a tag, a circle tag that has my birth time on it. And voila, I have a birth time, thankfully, to that tag.
Yeah. So someone was like making notes there at the time.
Yeah, nurse was making notes.
Oh, interesting.
Isn't that interesting? Holy moly. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask a question too about,
Mhm.
and it's like we're talking about kind of like personalities and all that with like, the swords and basically the suits of the tarot.
Right,
And I think that at different times in our life, it's like we need different, like if we're in a student phase, it's like we need to apply our brain matter to study, to know uh whatever field of interest is there for us. We need to understand it.
right,
And so we may see a shift in in what comes up for us if we read for ourselves, like on a daily basis or weekly basis, if we're being read by someone else, because people can get locked into like specific cards, that have like a certain um point of interest, but we can, like, if we need to shift that to be in another place in our life and apply a sense of mastery, or where we're just fulfilling that time and that part, then it's like being okay with that.
right. And how
Where
do you attain? Through a skill set, talent, your gifts, your generally what you're good at in your life, is how you begin to attain things. And being kind, being, good-hearted, that's a way of attainment as well. But it's in every area of being, ready to plant the seeds of it,
Mhm.
because maybe not overnight, but you gain that access of whatever it is that you're looking for.
Yeah, initiating, and then moving through it, and then the closing of it, right? Like um that is like the process of attainment too, where it's like you take on like all of the parts of how maybe it starts with you asking, maybe it starts with just a spark of an idea, a seed, right? But all seeds, once they're planted, once they find the right environment to be planted,
Mhm.
that's part of it too, because a seed just kind of left out in the open air, it doesn't have a place to plant itself and to start to take roots and all.
Right.
So it, that's part of the process, is you finding the right environment, for maybe it's an idea that you have, where you need to find the right people.
Mhm.
A lot of people will just kind of spin their wheels, like trying to make things work with the wrong group of people, and wrong being just where it doesn't have either that staying power, or the ability to take root and to grow into something
Mhm.
that is then
Always
going to need
shamanic.
to be harvested.
Right. That's always shamanic. There's always shamanic signs that tell you it's okay not to, that it's not going to be cemented here. Just have a good time. Like we learn from many experiences in life. And what are you, take with you the great things of what somebody else has to offer others, or their good naturedness, or whatever it is that you're learning in your environment. But it's not that we have to possess everything that we come across. And that's not really attainment, is to possess. I mean, I've been teasing, my son that, he has to replace his two brown dogs, because we've already made a consensus that they're going home to California.
They're going home with grandma.
Yeah, they're going home with grandma. My dogs want to be with me now. Yeah, as you can see, they're very comfortable. They're having a nice playtime at my feet. But they might get a little rough here in a minute.
Right, it's like, boys, settle down.
But you know, it's been a big joke. He's like, Mom, you're taking over my dogs. It's like, yeah, well, what did you think? Hello? No. Yeah, anyway. Yeah. No, and they're great. They're they're puppies. They're 100-pound puppies, but they're puppies. One's 1 and one's 2. So they're puppy heads. So
Reminds me of when we used to have this tug of war with all of these animals that we had growing up. You know, it's like, oh well, loves me more, you know, but it's like,
yeah, Jason would win a lot, but I'd win too.
yeah, no, you won a lot.
We both would like go for it. But just me and Jason, we'd really go.
Pretty much. Yeah, it was like those other kids that were there. Oh,
Like we did.
our siblings.
Yeah, who was gonna love? Yeah, yeah. It was mostly the dogs too. It was the dogs.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Yeah,
you know,
well, I did it with the kids too. You know, like Hunter and I, we're always doing the same thing. It's like he would have Ghost for a couple years, and then I have Ghost. And now I have Ghost, and I've told him Ghost is not coming back, so you're gonna have to replace him with another because he has this beautiful house now, and it's like, no, Ghost is the same. Yeah, and then I have my dog from Brazil, and then I have, you know, Beanie, and Beanie's getting so old now, but
so how are you going to take on two, you know, young puppies then in that household?
it'll be fine. It's a big house. We're fine.
No, I think Willie's going to have something to say about that.
I'm not leaving them behind, but it's going to be sad. They're going to have to FaceTime me at least once a week, if not. But see, that's the attainment of love, isn't it? I mean, you know, I get to know them. I mean, you know, I got to be here when they rescued Mason. So you know, I was here. So when he saw me, it was like, oh, I know her. So it was all good. And, you know, because they're pretty funny, you know, about their people. So I was really happy. They like me.
Oh, that's what I love about dogs though, too. Is
Yeah.
because they are funny about their people. They're very like, you know, they love their people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been Willie's thing. My mom's taking with the dog. I'm gonna have to retrain them when I get there. And it's like, no, I've retrained them for you.
That's one thing too about like the the cup energy, right? You know, like with the cups that show up, is that you know, our heart center, it's not always just about people, right? And how it is that we make room for, you know, more in our life. It can be, you know, animals. It can be a rescue animal, you know, that is in need of saving, you know.
Oh yeah.
And so, you know, if that's something that you're working towards, Bill, and I know you're not particularly, Tara, because it's like, you know, you have all the animals that, you know,
Yeah, my allotment. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I would like to. I would like to.
Your quota.
I know I'd love to have a dog rescue and a horse rescue. You know, I do rescue a lot of dogs, and even on Facebook, I've been rescuing a lot of dogs. And I feel that if you put at least their face out, you know, people will say, oh, that's my dog, and go and pick them up. And we've been able to save a lot of dogs because of that. You know, I have a big following. I go ahead and I put them out on all my places. And the same thing with, you know, we've rescued all our dogs. Even my French bulldog's a rescue. And Mason, yeah, he was a rescue, and they're a rescue, Chesapeake Bay rescue. Willie and Carissa. So it's great, and they've been looking for another dog, and they're looking for another Chesapeake right now.
Oh, they're looking for another, like, so it's a trio.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's like a trio.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but they'll you know, they'll find a home for the the third one, once it comes, if that's what necessary. Because they'll keep these two, because they love, they're super attached to these two.
Oh, they'll keep the third one too.
But never know, because they want to get into the rescue business. But I rescue a lot of horses, and I put them in different sanctuaries and stuff. Yeah, when it comes up. And one of my rescues, the owner just died. She had pancreatic cancer, and found a really wonderful home for her horse. And she was going to put him down because he was a little aged horse. And I just said, oh, it just kind of broke my heart, because I love that horse so much.
You love that dog right there.
That anyway, but I love the horse too. And but I get pictures of him every couple days. They send me pictures of him, and he wasn't my horse, but I found him a very good home. And all the pictures up until she died, I'd share them with her. But yeah, I've rescued many horses and put them out in sanctuaries. It's a very good thing. Yeah, sanctuaries, I mean, by people who wanted a horse, or even wanted older horses sort of as companions to their other horses, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So anyway, yeah, no, I think it's important. And I've been a rescuer for a very long time in that way, because I brought Sophia home from the Amazon jungle, not Amazon the app, Amazon the jungle.
You didn't just order her on Amazon.
No, I did not.
She showed up in 2 days.
Yeah, and I really wanted to make her a service dog, but Hunter just loved her, and so he took her for. He just wanted her as his pet for years. And so, back and forth, she's been back and forth a lot too, because she's great. She's really great. So yeah, I have told him too that he can't have her. She's almost living with me now. Yeah. So it's all fun. It's all good.
We talk about attainment as a season. There's a shift in every season. Is there a point when people they're patient, right, during that growing time? Is there a point when it feels like, okay, where is it? When does it go into the season of like, something is like there and it's like cooking?
Well, it has to be step by step. We don't gain anything by just wanting it, and we don't gain anything by first steps on, anything. Even if we learn a craft or we learn a skill, we don't necessarily get to attain what it means with that craft until we build it. And so, or we work at our skills. I mean, it's like typing. They don't even do typing class now in school. We were talking about that a couple of days ago. There's no typing. And one of my friends was saying she was never good at typing. And it was like, because I wasn't that good at first, but I'm a super fast typist. And I was saying that every computer I own, I usually, all the numbers and all the letters are wiped off the keyboard. Yeah, I wipe them off because I'm so busy typing and maybe hard at it, I guess. I don't know, but they're already wiped off.
Yeah, that's because I have one computer that's like 10 years old or so, and it's like it's fine. But is it one that I like? Not necessarily.
Yeah, yes, I do. Anyway, so yeah, so we were talking about that and typing. I'm so glad I got to have a typing class so that I could type normally, actually type, because nowadays they don't do that anymore. So everybody's a 2-fingered typist on a typewriter. So I don't know.
Not to age you or anything, but
Not to age me.
Did you learn on an electric typewriter?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna say yes.
Well, I mean,
I learned on a computer, Jason. I don't know about you, but I'm sure you. Yeah, I learned on a standard typewriter that had just ribbon.
yeah, it was like well, Model T.
A Model T.
No, it was an electric typewriter.
Yeah.
And because of my last name, McKean, it's like you're doing the caps, between the M and the K and all that. And it would there was lots of whiteout that I had to like use, because it was just like to do it fast. So a lot of hand movements going on, but it was the greatest class I ever took as an elective in high school,
Right.
because it's like so many older folks, no, just people who are they're like henpeckers, they're like they do the two-finger typing, and it's like, how do you do that in today's like world of computers and stuff?
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, our kids, they all do they're pretty fast on the computer. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they must have played a game, this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was without the help of the school or their parents. Anyway, so I don't know. But definitely.
So that's how they attained that skill,
Mhm.
is by playing games and having to type it.
Having to type it, that's right.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh yeah, I'll never forget, never. Our computer specialist at the office at our corporation had asked Cheyenne, who was 5, if she would show her how to turn on the computer and to work this one game so that she could do something with the computer. I was like, oh my God, you're asking a 5-year-old. They were so technically advanced, the kids. It's on the computers by that, so young. But and she was the one, her name was Sharon. And if Sharon loved computers so much, she just loved the advancement of technology. And she died. She died, God, before the computers really got going. And I always think, well, she wants to be probably some kind of programmer in her next life or something, because she really missed the boat there.
Yeah, it went from
Mm.
the programming. It was always like a hardcore just kind of programming. You had to know like another language to use the old systems. And then when it became more desktop publishing, more friendly visually, it's like a lot of mouse, dragging this into that and all. Then that's where things just really started to take off. And um
And she was, at the time, she was one of our computer experts. And she would use a big photography machine that she put her arms into the sleeves. Jason would do this too, for TEG, to create copies so that we could lay it down for our magazines and our advertising. And we had a whole room that we named the computer Oscar, and we bought him for $100,000. And he had to have his own room, and there's no dust allowed in the room, and no carpeting. It was just
temperature specific too.
temperature specific. I'll learn to say it. Yeah, specific. And it's just really kind of interesting, the this computer. And she was ahead of that, but you had to know that weird old archaic language that the computers had at that time. And then to know that they come down to, I mean, we're on our iPhones and our Samsungs, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's Eureka, baby. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's attainment.
Attainment. Wow. Yeah, we both said it at the same time because that's attainment. Yeah, technology just took off. But that's the age of Aquarius too. You know, we're in the age of Aquarius right now. I mean, it's just everything's just pointed at it. It's been fun and wild.
It's no longer the dawning of.
No, it's no longer the dawn. No, we're full in.
We're in it.
We're in it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you look at the technology and we're in it. We're in it. And we're all supposed to get along too. I have to tell you, we're all supposed to get along. So whatever those old paradigms of fighting and having to be right and lose the game, those need to go. Bye-bye. Yeah. Mhm.
I mean, that's definitely the theme for another episode of like, how to, move through that,
Yeah,
because
we all have to deal with things, really ridiculous things in life for sure. But yeah, how do you get it? How do you go to the next level?
I think that once you're like, you have your mind set on something, that you're looking to bring in, it's like, one can feel either a competition about it, or they can feel like a sense of lack too, that is a driving force for them.
Yeah.
And it's like those are like eternal, like things that we wrestle with anyway. um but how it is that we'll feel that there is an abundance of things, so we're not like turning our frustration into uh, a divisiveness, or
Right.
uh, you know aiming at someone else.
Well, absolutely. We can't be doing that. I mean, you never go forward. That's not attainment. It's usually going back into some kind of karmic. Yes.
You almost said that word, didn't you?
Yeah, I kind of did. Very at all. So that was like,
It's not like you're on the radio though, where that would have been like forbidden.
oh yeah. Yeah. Well, that's where I learned not to curse for sure. We used to be on FM back in the day. And of course I got the one person who did a big F bomb. And oh, it was that against the rules. The what is the FCC came down and like was telling them that you get only 3 chances and they take you off the air. Yeah, it was a real big deal back in the day. Yeah, so it's definitely, I never cursed at all.
Did you have that guest back?
Never.
Never again.
Nope.
Hmm.
Nope. No, not because they were a bad person. It was, they were perfectly fine. They just decided to do the F bomb. But
It was just their filthy mouth.
yeah, no way. They were never going to be on my show. It wasn't because they were terrible or anything. It was just because, it just I wasn't going to deal with that for sure again. Oh yeah, it is because they said it every other word. Because I've known people who have said that word every other word, and it's been like, wow. The meaning of that word goes all over the place. So
Well, I'm just going to say, because our mother is listening and all, for, Mother's Day, that I have never said that word at all. And that's why I'm the other F word, the favorite.
right. Love that word. It's our favorite F word. Right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, absolutely fabulous, Jason.
Is that other F word? Fabulous. So I am going to be doing a class upcoming, not just Bakersfield tomorrow, the 11th, but at Kathmandu in Santa Monica.
Okay.
Going to be doing a tarot class where everyone gets to read. Bring your cards, and we read there. Bring a card, not a card, your cards, and bring a question. that we can explore as a group.
Ah,
And
come on, dude. It's fun to shop at too. Oh my gosh.
oh my God, it's amazing, you know.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not coming. That's all I'm saying. Go
Oh,
out
great,
and loot.
thanks.
Loot. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
great. It's a great store. And it's great. You're gonna have a blast. You're gonna have a blast there. I mean,
and and then in the end of the month, I'm going to do another class at Healing Oak Crystals, but I'm going to do it for like the people who are just buying a deck of cards. It's like they don't have an idea of what to do, how to start, and so it's going to be a you know, out of the box kind of like, you know, and into, you know, your hands kind of reading class where it's like, you know, start from the basics. And you know, it won't be one where it's like, well, this card means this and then this card means that, because there's 78 cards and that would just suck up the whole class. But to get like the framework of it is like really important for people. So that'll be in Simi Valley Healing Oak Crystals at actually June 7th, a Friday, somewhere along that. We're still like just kind of fine tuning that.
right, right. Well, Jason's classes are always the best. They're great.
Thank you.
I really do enjoy your classes. Not to let it go to your head or anything.
No, too late. Too late. It's already there. It already went to my head.
I do. I mean, you know, and I
I'm a Leo after all.
but I made a monster. No, it was great.
No, it's
I wanted to develop him. That was the thing, you know. I love to develop people's talents and their psychic talents. So, you know, I helped Jason long ago. And
I mean,
he's great. He was one of my great students. It's really great. And you
sometimes you have to know if you like have a talent for something, right? Sometimes you need to be pushed in a direction.
so
And
yeah, I want to talk about that
it
for a
worked
second.
out.
Talking
It
about
worked out.
attainment is about I do a psychic boot camp. And so I was doing a psychic boot camp and you know, I take like 3 or 4 people. And so there was a small group because then they have people to read off of, you know, so it's really fun.
Yeah.
So we start by having breakfast early in the morning, like 7:30, 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning. And because it's boot camp, remember. And then by 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock night, we're giving it up. And but all day we're going back and forth on different modalities of divination. And I see, well, you know, what you're good at and what you're not good at. And, you know, kind of taking notes all along on things. And so Jason was just prolific at tarot, but he was prolific at a few things, really. But it was really fun. It's really fun to do that. And I do it for 3 or 4 days, the, you know, this psychic boot camp. And it's really fun to see, you know, how to develop you. And so that's how it began. And I do a lot of meditation, a lot of hypnosis. So you get really deep into yourself, like you really open up your psychic centers and I do that at the psychic seminar too. You're really getting deep. You know, I open your psychic centers to be able to do all the exercises. And it's fun. They're really fun.
When is that
So many
next
good
psychic
years on
seminar?
me, right? I'm not doing one yet. I'll put the date out soon. They really wanted me to do one here in the spring, but I'll do one in the fall probably. You know, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, those are really powerful.
They
You
are
know.
really great. They're really great. And yeah, I just haven't done too many seminars, but you know, I have seminar space now in LA, and we have a really beautiful new spot for all of that, and we have a treatment room. And Jason can use anything too, so you guys can book appointments with him or book appointments with me. And I'm going to do hypnothesia out of it, which is my anesthesiologist. And he's going to put people into a light sleep or a light waking, but almost asleep. And I give you suggestions that you create. And so anyway, we're going to be doing that too. And we've been doing that anyway for years, but now we have a really great spot for it. So we're going to really open it up if you guys want to do it.
And the value of the having that anesthesia, oh boy,
Anesthesia.
anesthesia,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Is that, you know, it's like, you know, the conscious mind doesn't resist the suggestions, you know, because usually one is looking to change habits. They're looking to reprogram, right? And the conscious mind can sometimes like say, whoa, how's that going to happen, you know, or
Right.
whatever, you know, and start to do a resistance act, and to be able to
I'm
bypass
overriding
it.
the resistance.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Yeah. Because I mean, it's just it's fast. It's just it's attainment. It is attainment.
Attainment.
Now, I
There's
mean,
that word again.
that word. So you know, like if you're gonna stop smoking, you will only smoke in your dreams, and then you'll put out the cigarette in your dreams, but you won't be smoking in real life. It's that sort of thing. Yeah. And until, you know, you get with the whole really the therapy of it. So, you know, we don't do any cross-purpose therapy. You know, you can't ask yourself to go fast and then slow down. You know, it's like every suggestion should go in the same kind of direction of you know, where you want to you know, alleviate any blocks or issues.
So when you say it's like you're having your client like write the suggestions, but you're helping them to shape them so that the verbiage is that there is no cross purposes, that they're staying focused, that there's like just a crystal clarity
Yeah.
in how they're
Right. I don't have them
that new
write them
programming comes
down.
in.
I write them down, but yeah, but there's a clarity, yeah, of where
Yeah.
showing what they want to experience,
Yeah.
how they want to get there. Because again, it's not an overnight thing. You know, you're not gonna, you know, lose 50 pounds overnight, but you're going to lose 50 pounds in 6 months because you're going to be starting to program your brain into the right direction. So that's the thinking and the beauty, anything that you want to do. You know, people buy all sorts of beauty enhancement, you know, like going under the knife, but you know, you can't. I mean, I have 20/20 vision. You can have what you want if you are willing to do the meditation and the work for it. But with hypnothesia, I can help you get to into the faster zone of that. You don't need to resist, or if you're rebellious really deep down, you know, I can help you get over that a little bit. You know, you'll still be rebellious, but you just won't be as self-deprecating or lack of confidence in some way to not get where you want to be. You know, we want to be successful in life. We want to attain, and that's attainment. So this is nice, the spreading of seeds now. And you can find Jason. And if you want to attend any of the classes, are you gonna do any classes in Japan right now?
I do have one at the end of this month.
Okay.
Yes. And it's online through a translator.
Right. Yeah, it's usually through the Japanese translator. So yeah, unless you know Japanese. Yeah.
私は日本語が少し話します。少し。
Yeah, a little. Yeah.
Which means I know a little Japanese.
Yeah, well,
Language.
I didn't even know anything he said. So it's fine. He said anything, what it meant, right? You will attain, Right. Attainment, the season of attainment.
Yeah. So I'm at jasondmckean.com, JASOND as in Dragon Lord McKean, MCKEAN. And same at Facebook and Jason Tarot Wizard on Instagram.
How about on X? Are you on X? Have you ever?
I am not. No,
Oh.
I quit Twitter. I just didn't use it.
Yeah.
It's like, some of the social medias and all that I just don't use. And then it's just like, why have them? Although I do have TikTok.
You have TikTok? Oh, that's good because I can yeah.
I think I'm Jason Tarot Wizard on TikTok.
Oh, okay. Because I'm on TikTok too, but I'm very late to the game. Very late. I was very late to X or Twitter too, but I gained a huge, good following on Twitter. And but I had kept my Twitter very locked down for many years. And then but when I opened it up, I gained a big following. And then yeah, I'm on Instagram as Tara. I'm on all of it as Tara Sutphen, which I know is hard to spell, Sutphen, or I'm Tara Insight, TARAINSIGHT, and that's also .com. So I'm Tara Insight on Instagram, but I have a lot of.
Do you have an underscore in that one?
Or Tara_insight.com. And then I have a lot of others like horse therapy sessions. I give horse therapy because I have one of the greatest horses in the entire world. If everybody had a horse like this, everybody would want a horse like him. Yeah, he's just fabulous. And my new Arabian horse. And so he's quite fun to work with. And then I have Source Moon Press, and I have Vortex Mystery School. So I have a bunch, but Tara_ and insight.com is my main one. Yeah.
And if people are interested in like the hypnothesia and all that, that's at your tarainsight.com.
Yeah, that's at tarainsight.com if you're interested in seeing it, but it's not up yet. I'm just finishing up, but that's going to be offered in the greater Los Angeles area. We could travel, but that makes it a greater expense. And so, it's just easier for you guys to come to us. Yeah, we have the space and the equipment, so it's great. Yeah, and the anesthesiologist he's amazing. He's amazing. So it's all good. And he's an MD. So any questions that you got to ask him, he's there for that too. Very serious. Very serious. MD.
Thank you, Tara. Thank you for, for having me join you today, and also, for all the great wisdom that was put out there for people to digest. And look forward to seeing, because I talk to clients all the time about how it is that they're like building on their lives and all, and I'm just really anxious, but also I like to see how people are progressing. So keep it up, people.
Yeah, it's great fun. Hey, lots of love, everybody. Thank you for coming in and join us on the show. I've told everybody last week on the show that we're the top 10% of 3.5 million podcasts. And so it's really an honor and really fun. And we've just been, doing it because, we love to speak to you and share with you. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
So lots of love, everybody.